String cheese totally reminded me of field trips. He always gave us those sliced apples. Who's liking the poetry so far? Right? Well, last but not least, this third author has a memoir called The Mountain and the Fathers, winner of a 2014 JLCA New Writers Award, and 2 collections of poetry. First, Notes from the Journey Westward, and second, Killing the Dogs. His third full-length collection of poetry, When We Were Birds, and forthcoming from the University of Arkansas Press, a Pushcart Prize winner and National Magazine Award finalist. He lives in Western Oregon, where he teaches writing at Linfield College. I almost went there. So let's welcome Joe Wilkins.
Well, thank you all for being here. Thanks again to Derek for organizing this. I tell my kids a story before bed most nights. And a while ago, I asked, what kind of story do you want to hear tonight? And my son, he was in that sort of that space between awake and asleep. He's like 60% asleep, 40% awake. He's kind of drifting back and forth between the two. He says, tell me the story. Tell me the story about when we were birds. And so this poem is the revised version of that story I told that night. It's called My Son Asks for the Story About When We Were Birds. When we were birds, we veered and wheeled, we flapped and looped. It's true, we flew. When we were birds, we dined on tiny silver fish in the watery hearts of flowers. When we were birds, we sistered the dragonfly, brothered the nightwise bat. And sometimes when we were birds, we rose as high as we could go, light, cold, and strange. And when we opened our beaked mouths, sundown poured like wine down our throats. When we were birds, we worshipped trees, rivers, mountains, sage nuts, rain, gizzard rocks, grub-shot dung piles, and like all good beasts and wise green things, the mothering sun. We had many gods when we were birds, and each in her own way was good to us, even winter fog, which found us huddling in salal or silk tassel, singing low, sweet songs, and closing our blood-rich eyes, and sleeping the troubled sleep of birds. Yes, even when we were birds, we were sometimes troubled and tired, sad for no reason, and so pretended we were not birds, and fell like stones, the earth hurtling up to meet us, our trust bones readying to be shattered, our unusually large hearts pounding for nothing. Yet at the last minute we would flap and lift, and as we flew shudderingly away, we told ourselves that this falling we would remember. We thought we would always be birds. We didn't know. We didn't know we could love one another with such ferocity that we should. I lived in a little small town in Iowa for 6 years, and not a whole lot happened there. So the day that an inmate escaped from the county jail, which was right by the Lutheran church, right in the middle of town, that was a big deal. Okay? That was news. And I just remember reading that and then looking out the window and then thinking about it later on my walk to campus and thinking like, it's the middle of winter in Iowa. Where were you going, man? Like it's like, there's snow as high as me on the corners. I mean, it's freezing out. I thought, where were you going? And so this poem became me trying to figure out where he was going. So I'm speaking in his voice here. It's called Leviathan. It's got 2 epigraphs. An inmate at the Winnebago County Jail escaped for a number of hours before North Iowa authorities captured him. KTTC, NBC affiliate. When I lie down, I say, when shall I rise and the night be gone? Job 7:4. There was a time along the river. In the snow and cold, I didn't know where I was going. I had come crashing through river birch, willows, sumac that tore my feet. I had no shoes. My pants were a problem. Baggy, striped, I took them off. Everything, I took it off. There along the frozen river, I stripped bare-ass naked. Fat carp were iced into the falls. Some big dark owl came over quiet, the suffering Christ. And I was my body. Like a boy out all day, and who cares how cold it is, my breaths steamed out in chuffs and huffs. My tongue tasted weeds and water. Black leech-track stones up from the river's muddy bottom. Beneath the ice, even there, the river knows. So I followed wherever it was going, red flakes trailing from my blue feet. Out the country club's picture window, I guess, someone saw me, or my bleeding. And now I sit here, warm as toast, my body lost, toeless feet black as stones. Why? What's it worth? I tell you, every night I dream the Winnebago River. Long wing of ice and leaning, penitent trees. Miracle carp unfroze, flopping bare-assed in the snow. Sirens. In this time I stop, still as river birch. Above me, my owl god of flight and silence. And having with my own eyes seen, I am Job. The falling snow, not silver coins or rings, not some thousand sheep, for as they rush out, rifles, bullhorns, black shoes on my rucked and filthy skin carries this light shut skin of snow. So in our little town, the big social event of the year came in spring, and that was the garage sale days. It was days with a Z. And so it was, the paper printed a special edition, and there was a whole pull-out section, and every, the garage sales you put down your big items, right? New bike or something to sell at the garage sale. You were supposed to wait till Friday morning to start your garage sale, but some people would cheat and open up on Thursday, evening at 6 or 7. Anyway, people were all over town, running from garage sale to garage sale. And so this is called the Garage Sale Days Meditations. 1. Look at them, slumped in the corner there, ears pounded and mouths bitten, raggy legs askew, rubber lips kissing cold cement. Even here, among the abandoned, they are twice forsaken. The coffee cup, chipped to a wobble, is ever at hand. The faded sweater, desired shoulders, sure, but a hanger, anyway, does the trick. Even that flattened football fairly whistles with tossed potential. What is it that goes out of dolls? They have never been more. How is it they now look less? Don't look, says the mother, left arm crooked and loaded with a dozen pairs of slacks. Honey, if they scare you, just look the other way. Her little girl knows already we're only going the one way. And so takes the measure of these one-eyed, earless, hacked-ball dolls, takes a step closer, her own rubber soles kissing cold cement. 2. On every one, she's put a price tag. Oh sure, as old alphabet blocks go, they're good. This clown's lips still strawberry, each tree green and tall. But why is S 20 cents, and why Q are you a dime less demanding? Or Mr. Victory, upright V with your violet ink and predictable violin, why do you deserve not just a dime, but a dozen cents? It doesn't make any sense. Well, maybe her first husband was a Leon or a Larry. And that's why L is had now with a linty nickel at the bottom of my pocket. 3. Wayne, it says on the back of the upright mirror in blue crayon. The woman at the shoebox till, hair crimped and bleached, can't be more than 24. I don't hear a thing from the house. And two, there are the toys. Yellow dump truck without a wheel, box of just worn baseballs, those few pairs of some small boy's patch-knee jeans. Where, or where can he be? God of garage sales, of Jefferson airplane 8-tracks, of mismatched rose-patterned plates, of shave cream bottles shaped like rocket ships and stilettos red as sour candy, of 16 neon t-shirts imploring one and all to eat at Jake's, of just $1, 3 for 1, you won't find another, of all things cold from basement closet corners, of all things wearing a decade's furs of dust, of all things justly and unjustly junked. I pray now, here, in this stranger's strange garage, for this one, whose blue name is Wayne. 4. Iowans are easy, all smiles and apologies. But the nicest set of drawers I've found belongs to the Italian down the street. All his 80 years and 98 pounds given to rage. Rage at whatever idiocy the new day brings. Today, I offer 30. His old face fists, his 2 fists like birds shot dead. You think my things are not so nice? You think I sell this good thing I bought in Omaha with my own money? Bought when I was young, too? When I was man as you? That's what you think? $32.50. You haul it out yourself. 5. It's gotten darker than I hoped. And so after fingering for hours the hidden, homely things of these, my town's men and women, I'm on my way back home. Before I left, you said only what's on the list. And because I love you, I promise. The write-off, I think you'll understand. These LPs, look here, Little Feet's Dixie Chicken, couldn't be passed up. The Jimmy Carter coffee cup, that might be a stretch, but it was only 50 cents. And for $1, I got this charcoal grill shaped like a can of Pabst. Can you believe it? Just $1. Yes, I found a rocking chair, changing table, swing and bouncing seat. Yes, now we're ready. Yes, I'm as happy as can be. Yes, life is made of cast-off things. God, yes, we need that yellow pail. It's for him to carry things in, whoever he is, whatever he needs to carry. Home thinning out into prayer. Along the gravel alley, oak and tangled shadow, the grass going blue. Now stars, gnats, breath of diesel. Oh God, of busted wishes, leave me here, a long time here, in the stinking dark. And I just don't think an Earth Day reading would be complete unless someone quotes Thoreau. So I've got a poem here with an epigraph. I've been writing this series of poems because I can only write about my kids, right? But I've been trying to write to them. And so I've been writing this series that are all explained and then like colon, right? Explain something. So this one's called Explain Extinct. And it's got an epigraph from Thoreau. It says, they are all beasts of burden, in a sense, made to carry some portion of our thoughts. We could, if we wanted, follow the old buck down through the madrone grove, the high branches splitting now, their ochre skins. See how below the boulder fall he slows, slips without sound through sword fern and thimbleberry, waits in deep creek shadow. He knows this is where they might meet, he and whoever will one day taste him. We could, if we wanted, follow farther, follow down the mountain rock clack and leaf shatter, his trail of drip water and piss all the way to the river. Red as shadow, salmon flash and scatter, and eagles dream him drowned and on a gravel bar racked, which is how eagles dream all of us. Child, there is no place we couldn't find him, even if he were the last. We could 1 hour or day or year, it's all the same, take him in our arms, the almost unbearable softness of the ear. question. So that's what this poem is called. Where was I before I was born? With me, though differently. Early light slanting through cypress, and your mother calling softly from the warm, dark room I left for a glass of water. Or before, when the beautiful idiot who was my one burning friend slipped from the bridge's lip and fell through starlight. You were the sharp, glassy shards of light in my eyes. Or when the man I never knew, who would be my father, drove all night through the prairie dark, his blood howling for everything and nothing. Remember, he did not know how any of this would go. With your grandmother then, wandering the fields, lowering herself to the earth, though water swollen and awkward. Well, awkward as she was, it was all she could do to touch and not tear the small green hands of wheat. The long way up from Oklahoma, you rode your great-grandfather's right shoulder. He was 16, wild and tired, and you were the one dipper of rinse water he was allowed come nightfall. The year after, when he swung his two fists at his own father's drunken face, you were all the many bones, the bruises rising beneath both skins, you, the boiling blood, you, the breath funneling in and out, you, the mad hard hearts, every muscle and sinew, you. I'm telling you, there was a world before, and there will be a world after, and they are the same and only world. And I turn now and bow to everything that breaks my heart, which is where you were, that place hope lives, in the breaking. Thank you.